Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Maverick podcast, and we are going to do another live best ball draft on Yahoo. 10-team league, picking 10th. Let's see what kind of team we can build. I think it turned out pretty good. So what do you think?
Listen up. It's time for the Fantasy Maverick podcast, starring the guy who's going to help you win that fantasy championship, Jimmy Maverick.
Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Maverick podcast. And today we're going to do a best ball live draft. Got another entry here in Yahoo's system, which is it's a half-point PPR, 10-team league. And we're going to use my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, to help us pick players today. And one of the things I want to try to do, that's going to be my goal, is I'm going to try to get a Jacksonville Jaguars stack. And there's, one of the things I like about it is it's an easy stack to get because most, like all the receivers, they don't even come off until like the 8th round. So this looks like a good stack to get with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence will not be our QB1, though. I'm going to get another QB. And also, just because I got all the early picks, I'm going to be able to build a great team and then get all the Jacksonville guys. So we're going to see how the team looks and how it ranks when it's all done. So you can see here, let me just minimize this. The draft board's already open. 5 minutes till the draft starts. I'm at pick number 10. So again, 10-team league. So this is, this is the kind of a league where a 10-team, you go for positional dominance strategy. That's the strategy I like to use, where we go early on a tight end and a quarterback. And then we're going to build up the rest of our team around that. So let's just go ahead and get this set up. So this is my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft. You can access it at my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com. And when you get into the app, it's going to ask you 3 questions. So the first question is, how does this league score points? And I've talked to my developer, and I'll have this ready probably by next week after the 4th of July holiday, a best buy mode. And what the difference is for the best ball mode, what we're going to do here on how the league scores points, it's going to be the Yahoo half-point PPR list, but when evaluating the players, it's going to eliminate the consistency ranking, because consistency doesn't matter for best ball, just because of the nature of how points are scored. And you can have volatile players, because if those volatile players have explosion weeks, you get the points. If they don't, they're on your bench and some other player will take it. So it's going to adjust the VORC score for players. It's going to make those volatile players more valuable, and it's going to make consistent players less valuable relative to one another. And so we'll see how that works when we get it up. But for right now, we're just going to utilize the regular list. Do you want to engage Jimmy's recommended player filters? I'm going to say no, just because we're going to use different filters on this one. And then what's the size of your league? Again, it is a 10-team league, picking 10th. And so let's go ahead and we'll enter draft mode. And let's just jump back here. 3 minutes. Okay, so we're good. And plus, we got the whole first round before things are going to happen. So, you got the player list down here, got position filters. It's going to pop in the round filters. So because we're on the horn, we get 2 picks together in a row. Wait a minute. What happened here? It did draft position 1. Hold on. I got to fix that. Draft position 10. There we go. It's going to bundle our 2 picks together onto a single tab. All right, so what we can do to just see the Jacksonville Jaguars, we can just go here and click on this. You click on the team filter, you select all the teams, and then you remove the Jacksonville. I don't know why my internet connection is so terrible right now. It is just slow as molasses. There we go. And then we can go through the rounds and we can see when we're going to need to start taking players. So if we click on like the 5-6 round, that's probably where we're going to see Travis Etienne if we wanted to go with him. So the 5-6. Oh, yeah. Okay. Travis Etienne is a long shot. Oh, look at that. So Etienne is probably going to be, if we wanted to take him, we need to take him in the 4th, because he's a long shot here. That's what that gun means, is the 4th. And, so Travis Etienne, I see. He's a reach in the 4th. He's a long shot in the 5th. Then you have James Robinson as a pick in the 5th, 6th round pick. 7th and 8th round pick. This is probably where it's going to show us that we need to take DJ Chark. The 9th, 10th round pick is where it's going to tell us that we need to take Laviska Shenault. So, okay, so we got all that. So let's just go back to the first round here since the draft is starting, and it's going very quickly here. We've already got McCaffrey and Cook off the board. That's not a surprise. So in the first round, and I'm going to remove the team filter so everybody shows up again. There we go. And so who's it recommending? So it's saying Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Hopkins, Aaron Jones. I kind of like the idea of going with a balanced attack here as far as that goes. The tight ends also are someone that we're going to need to consider. We could take Kelce. And he scores very well for Vorksworth. Waller also scores well. I think maybe let's go Kelce and let's get ourselves a running back as far as the first round goes, because we definitely want, if we have the number 1 overall tight end, that puts us in a very strong position. You can see there's Aaron Jones right there. The other running backs at this point, if we look at the running back list, Chubb and Zeke score just below him, but are long shots. Then Clyde Edwards-Helaire if Aaron Jones gets taken. You can see Zeke is still on the board here. He could make it to us. I wouldn't mind getting Zeke and Kelce, I'll tell you the truth. I think that's a very solid choice. Then, in the third, fourth round, we'll grab ourselves a really good wide receiver and maybe another running back. Okay, so Zeke did go. Zeke unfortunately got taken, but again, Aaron Jones ranks is the highest rating, 54 VORC points, 3-star outlook, a high 10 player, high reliability, 10 out of 10 consistency. Value rank is 12th, so he is a fair value player. So we'll go ahead. We're going to take Aaron Jones, and we're going to take Travis Kelce. So that's a nice start. That's a good start. So now we got lots of time here before the next pick. So let's go to the next round in our draft and see who it's recommending. So for the 3-4 round for us, you can see it's recommending Terry McLaurin, Chris Carson, Josh Jacobs. Terry McLaurin would be a good choice too, because we could get Fitzpatrick as our other quarterback. And going into the season with Fitzpatrick and Trevor Lawrence, I kind of like that duo. That's a really good idea. You can see here, we definitely want to get another running back. Chris Carson is the highest rated running back here, and we could get Rashard Penny late if we're concerned about the durability issues with Chris Carson. He is a mid-reliability player, but offers fantastic value at this point in the draft. We'll be at pick 30. His value rank is 23rd. You can see here that Darren Waller, who's kind of one of my favorite tight ends, is a long shot to make it to this point in the draft at pick 30. So I'm glad that we took Travis Kelce first. I'm really, seriously, I'm getting myself an elite tight end in every league that I have, just because of the positional dominance that you get from getting one of the top 3. Either Waller, Kelce, or Kittle. It just makes a huge difference in your overall build. But McLaurin and Carson would be an outstanding duo. So let's go ahead and get those guys queued up. So I'm going to go and get Chris Carson. Oh, look, there's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. If he makes it to us, I would take Clyde Edwards-Helaire in a second. If we go to wide receivers, McLaurin's right there. Who else does it like for wide receivers? So after McLaurin, you've got Keenan Allen as a long shot, CeeDee Lamb, Robert Woods. Those guys are all good choices. So let's see here. Keenan Allen is still on the board, and we got Woods and CeeDee Lamb. For running backs, let's just take a look. We're just going to put a couple of running backs on here. After Chris Carson, we've got Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery. Those guys are both good choices. Let's see here. Josh Jacobs and Montgomery, there he is. And then let's just look at quarterbacks real quick. And right now, probably no one's been taken. Look at that. Mahomes is still on the board. Okay. That would be interesting. We stack him with Travis Kelce if he comes back on this pick. That actually is is a pretty good choice, but we would have to pass up, one of these near elite running backs or wide receivers. I'm not sure I want to do that, but let's see where we're at. So, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is right there. Oh, who just got taken? Oh, someone just took McLaurin. But Keenan Allen is still there. Keenan Allen is a great choice. I really like him. So, a Keenan Allen and a Chris Carson. So we get ourselves a nice wide receiver 1 and a good RB2. I think that would be outstanding at this point in the draft. But again, the Mahomes thing is very, very tempting right now. And let's see here. Did someone did already take Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's not surprising given where we are. Look, Mahomes still there. Still there. I got to say, last year I won one of my leagues going with where I did a stack. And my first 2 picks, I took Mahomes and I took Kelce. It was one of those where I was in like picking 10th or something like that. And I won my championship. It's a good choice. Look at that. Mahomes did make it to us. But I think we got to stick with our original plan. We could go for Herbert to stack with Keenan Allen if we wanted to. But let's go ahead. We'll take Keenan Allen and we'll take Chris Carson. So now we got a wide receiver. We got 2 running backs and a tight end. So that's pretty good. I like that. And let's go to the next round. Let's see what we got. So for the 5th, 6th round, who's it recommending? So we got Cooper Kupp, Kyler Murray, Chase Edmonds. I love Kupp, man. That'd be a great wide receiver too. Let's just look at all the wide receivers in the 5th, 6th round here. So we got Kupp, we got DJ Moore as a long shot, who I'm not as interested in. Tyler Lockett, a little bit scary. Cortland Sutton is a risky pick. Got Deontay Johnson, Jamar Chase. Really, Kupp is the best. I mean, Kupp is a great choice. Let's definitely get him on the queue. So we'll go with there's Kupp, and there's Lockett, and there's Deontay Johnson, and let's see here. Who was the long shot again? Oh, DJ Moore. DJ Moore, not too big on DJ Moore this year. I mean, as far as the app goes, he rates very well, but he's not a touchdown guy. That's the big thing, right? He only gets like 4 touchdowns a year. So you're really just hoping on the volume there. And if I'm going to go with a volume play, Deontay Johnson I think is a better volume play just because of that. Adam Thielen is a regression candidate. Let's look at the running backs here real quick. I want to just see running backs in the 5th, 6th round. Probably not great options. Yeah, I mean, you got Chase Edmonds. He's good. But Ronald Jones, Javonte Williams, these guys just don't score well. See, they're a low VORC score. And if it's below 40, I'm really not interested in them as a player. So we can put Edmonds on there. Let's just do that. Running backs, Chase Edmonds. We can also look at quarterbacks because this is a good round to take an elite quarterback. Josh Allen's a long shot. We got Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. So we could go, if we wanted to get someone like Lamar Jackson, this would be the time to get him. Let's look at the quarterbacks real quick. So quarterbacks, okay, so Lamar Jackson's still there, Kyler Murray's still there. Dak Prescott I took in my last one. I'm going to stay away from Cowboys on this particular draft. And then for Jacksonville players, let's see here. We had Travis Etienne. Is he still on the board? He's still on the board. James Robinson's still on the board. And, we can look at, let's see here. Where is DJ Chark? I'm not seeing him. Oh, there he is. There's Chark. There's Chark. And LaVisca. I'm just queuing all these guys up. And I love using the queue. That's the nice thing is because it keeps you from players that you're interested in. If they fall and you got them queued, you're going to see them. And you're not going to miss them when it comes time for your pick. And as you can see, our pick is coming up real quick here. DJ Moore, Chase Edmonds might be gone before it gets to me. But again, I love Cooper Kupp. I love going with that. Who was just taken? Lockett was just taken. Oh boy, man. But DJ Moore is good. Chase Edmonds still there. I think, but I think I like the idea of going with a quarterback and another wide receiver here. So if I can get Cup, yes, I can get Cup and I can get one of the quarterbacks. That will set me up nicely. Oh, did the quarterbacks all get taken? All right, let's go ahead and we'll take Cup. And for quarterbacks, oh no, they're still there. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll take Lamar Jackson as our one. So that's a nice solid core. So look at that. We've got Lamar Jackson, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, Travis Kelce right now on this team. We haven't even gotten to the Jacksonville stack. And of course, Jacksonville, we got great receivers there, so that can be our third receiver. But let's go to the next round. Let's see what's going on in the next round here. So 7 and 8. So we've got Robbie Anderson, Brandon Cooks, Russell Wilson. Those are all good choices. Let's look at the running backs, though, because I really want to get some more running backs. You know, Michael Carter, I think he's a great choice. He's the only, and none of these guys score great here. You know, that's an issue. But we've got Carter and Sermon. Those are two guys that I'm getting in lots of drafts. Let's go ahead and queue them up as far as running backs go. So we've got. Right, where are you? Oh, look at that. Chase Edmonds still on the board. He's not going to make it back to us though. So there's Carter and there's Sermon. Those guys might be guys we can get even later than that. We'll have to see who makes it to us. I mean, obviously, you know, if one of our Jacksonville guys makes it back, we could get one of them. Still a long way to the next pick, though. For wide receivers, you know, let's get Robbie Anderson on there. Although, like I said, this would be the round to take DJ Chark. Doesn't rate as well as Robbie Anderson. I think I might take Robbie Anderson ahead of him. Laviska is really the guy that I want. So let's go to wide receivers. Let's go to Robbie Anderson, get him on the queue. And really, we are all set elsewhere. You know, we'll take some late picks for tight ends, for more tight ends. But I like where we're at right now. This is really good. Coming up on our pick here very quickly. Look at all the cute guys that are still on the board. Look, Kyler Murray's still on the board here, heading to pick 7. That's really good. And you got to realize this is a 10-team league also. So players are generally available later than what you would expect in a 12-team league. Obviously, you know, they're about 20% later than you would normally see them. But still, that's particularly late for Kyler Murray, as he is like a 5th-round player. And here we are almost at the end of round 6, and he is still on the board. That would be a nice get at this point. I like the idea of Travis Etienne. Did DJ Moore just get? No, DJ Chark is still available. Let's start going with our Jacksonville guys, man. I like the upside of Etienne for the receiving, but James Robinson right now projecting better for points. That's kind of interesting. I'm just gonna go real quick and look at running backs, and I want to look at Etienne and Robinson. Where are they? Etienne is here. Robinson is here. See, I have Etienne ahead in my projections. So I'm going to take Etienne. And then I think I could take Robinson. That's actually not a bad strategy. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take both the Jacksonville running backs. And whoever does better on a given week is going to give me the points. So let's go with that. And then next round is the round for Laviska. So let's go to the 9-10. And if we look, see Laviska is even on the recommend list, just behind Brandon Cooks. But I love Laviska's upside this year. So we've got him already queued up. We got DJ Chark queued up. Shoot, what if they both make it to the next pick? That would be outstanding. And there's Robbie Anderson. He's still sitting there too. I mean, I would probably bypass Chark and take Robbie Anderson if he makes it to us. So that's actually pretty good. Let's look at the running backs on the 9-10 round. Is there anyone that we should be looking at? Kenyon Drake scores very well for Vork score. Value ranked in the top 100, 4-star outlook, and he's high reliability, 9 out of 10 consistency. That's actually pretty good. So Kenyon Drake, let's get him on the queue. Not sure I'm going to be taking him in this draft, but we want to see these guys. We want to see when they're available. So, all right. So here we go. We're already set up for the next round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pause until we're within 3 of our next pick, and then we'll come back. All right. There's been a bit of a run on my players during the course of this round, so a bunch of my queue fell off. Chenault and Drake are still available, but I'm going to just look real quick. I'm definitely taking Chenault. Right. We know that that's going to happen. Let's look at other wide receivers, but Robbie Anderson came off. And, Brandon Cook, Judy, I know Judy came off. So I think I'm definitely going to take Chenault here. So let's just get Chenault, draft him. And if we look at the top of the list here, I want to just look at the quarterbacks that are still available. And again, we're not yet to the point of Ryan Fitzpatrick. There's Trevor Lawrence down there. Oh boy. So I really need to get another wide receiver. Let's see here. We got Fuller, Curtis Samuel. Oh, there's Brandon Cooks. You know what? Brandon Cooks rates very well in my app. Brandon Cooks right there. Value rank 53rd overall. Volume play, I think he's a great option. So let's go to the next round. 11th, 12th round. Now, let's see here. Let's look at the quarterbacks on this round. It's saying that we should take Trevor Lawrence on this next round. So I'm good with that. So let's go ahead and put Trevor Lawrence on the queue because we don't want to miss him. And that's part of the problem, especially when you have these long gaps between your plays, that you've got to take these guys. You don't want to gamble that they'll make it to the next round because there's such a gap until you get to that next round. But let's just look here. So let's look at our roster setup right now. So right now I've got as far as running backs, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 running backs, and I believe I have 4 wide receivers. Now, you can only have 6 running backs, so I should probably look at running backs on this next round. Darrell Henderson, one of my favorites. I love going with Darrell Henderson as a running back here, so let's see if he is still available. Darrell Henderson right there. And so... now, of course, if Kenyon Drake makes it back to us, I'd take Kenyon Drake in the 11th round. I mean, I think he's a solid play. You can see the value of the running backs at this point are garbage. We could take someone like Gus Edwards too. They don't score real well, but you're just going off of injuries. Could you take the upside? Is AJ Dillon still available? He might be worth a shot. Let's take a look here. Dillon is still available. Again, back up to Aaron Jones. Chris Carson's backup is Penny. Let's see here. So Rashad Penny is one that we should put on the queue. We're not going to take him yet, though. Let's see here. Any other running backs that I'd be interested in? Connor would be an interesting one. Connor's probably not a bad choice at this point. He should have already been gone, I think. Let's see here. Is he on this list? No, he's not. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's right there. So we can restore him. Again, doesn't score great. 27 Vork points is not great, but top 100 value. Low reliability. 2-star outlook right now because he's injured. But, I expect him to be healthy by the time the season starts. I think he'd be a good choice. I actually kind of like that. Oh, look, it's almost back to our pick now. So, great. So, we can take Trevor, and I think what we'll do... Oh, boy, could I wait on Trevor Lawrence? How deep is he on the quarterbacks right now? Super deep. Oh, you know what? I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble that he'll make it to the next round. So let's go ahead. Let's take our final 2 running backs because I really like the idea of going with Connor. Let's draft Connor and Darrell Henderson. So that's our 6 running backs. So we got Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, Travis Etienne, James Robinson, James Conner, and Darrell Henderson. I kind of like that that mix of players. We didn't get any direct backups to Jones or Carson, which is a bit of a risk, but I kind of like the upside of these players better than what those backups would provide, especially someone like Penny, who just can't even stay healthy. But Trevor Lawrence, if he makes it to the next round, that would be great. Let's look at the 13th, 14th round here, and what roster slots do we have to fill? We have we still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bench slots that we need to fill, but our whole starting lineup is set right now. That's great. We can't take any more running backs, so we want to get ourselves a couple of tight ends, and I want to get like 2 tight ends and maybe 3 more receivers here. I don't really think we need another quarterback. I'm really comfortable right now with having oh wait, you're right. Okay, we're going to take Trevor Lawrence because we haven't taken him yet, but Lamar Jackson and Trevor Lawrence as our quarterbacks, I'm comfortable with that. I don't think we need to take a third. And let's just look at let's go to the next round of the draft, 13, 14. Who's it recommending? So for wide receivers, you got Cole Beasley, Jalen Waddle, J.D. McKissick. We can't take any more running backs, but Beasley and Waddle I think are both good choices. Beasley top 100. Both those guys are top 100 value. So let's go ahead and put them up. There's Beasley, and where's Waddle? Oh, already been taken. All right, can't get him. Let's look at the tight ends, and I'll tell you the 2 tight ends that I'm most interested in, just for the touchdown upside, are Jonnu Smith and Rob Gronkowski of this group. Evan Ingram also is interesting because he is on a contract year. There is some upside there. I kind of like that. But both Jonnu Smith and Rob Gronkowski, I think, offer the highest touchdown potential, 7 or 8 touchdowns each. So, okay, so we made it back to us. Oh, no, did they take? Oh, no, they took my quarterback. See what happens when I gamble like that? Didn't work out. Shoot, he got taken. So let's just go with someone like, I think Matt Ryan's a good choice. Darn, I can't believe I didn't get that stack. I'm really disappointed. And I should have taken him on the last round. I talked myself out of it. Let's go ahead and we'll take Cole Beasley. Oh, I can't believe I did that. But that's part of what this app does, is it does tell you when you need to take a player, and that's very handy. And even if you think that there's no way he's going to go before the next pick, if it's telling you to take him in that round, just take him, because again, that sort of thing happens. That's this is all learning how to properly utilize this app. Let's go to the next round. Let's see what we got for choices here. So. Here's some other interesting choices for wide receivers. Ruggs and Hardman. I think both those guys offer some nice upside on a week-to-week basis. Let's go look at those wide receivers. I'm going to go Ruggs. Where are you? Why am I not seeing you? Ruggs taken already. How about Hardman? Hardman's still there. Okay. Let's go ahead and take him. We'll go ahead and get him queued up. Let's see here. We can take Rashad Penny off the queue list. So Smith, Gronkowski, Hardman. We don't need Penny anymore. Oh, how do I remove him? Remove from the queue. There we go. Okay. Oh, looks like someone just took Gronk. Shoot. All right, let's look at other tight ends. So if we are looking at tight ends here, so Gronk we should have taken on the last round. That's when he was going. Jonnu Smith might be gone too. All these guys. Ingram, you know what? I'm gonna put Ingram on the queue. What about for this next round? Who are the guys? Jarwin, Kmet, Hooper, Cook. Ugh, I'm not really thrilled with any of these guys. How many touchdowns did Hooper get last year? 4. Yeah, he's not a big touchdown guy. And, Jared Cook went to the Chargers now. He might be worth a look if he's any good. Cook is still there. Zach Ertz is someone that could also be traded. They've actually talked about that Zach Ertz might get traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which would be perfect because they don't have a tight end right now. That would be very speculative. Not sure how much you want to speculate on a Best Buy draft. You kind of want to take guys that are going to be heavily utilized. We got 3 bench spots left. We got Hunter Henry too. We could go Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith if they both make it back to us, and that way, anytime one of them gets a touchdown, that'd be worth something in New England. That's actually not a bad strategy. If they both make it back, I'll take both of those guys. So we'll just lock up the tight end receivers in New England. I mean, they spent a lot of money on those guys. You think they're going to be utilized a lot. Oh, of course, one of them goes. Jonnu, the guy that I wanted, goes. Okay, so let's just go here. And Evan Ingram is gone. See, again, like I said, my app was showing that both those guys would be gone by the end of last round. But let's go ahead. Let's take Hunter Henry. And let's just take Jared Cook. Like I said, both those guys do have touchdown potential where they're at. Someone like Taysom Hill, that guy has touchdown upside. I don't need another quarterback. Last player. Singletary is still on the board. I can't even take him. Yowza. This is tough. I'll just take Sterling Shepard. Okay, that'll wrap it up. Okay. Do I have another pick? Oh, I think it's just messed up because I was the last pick and it's just pinging me. Let's review the team. Let's take a look. So for me, where am I? There we go. All right, so for my quarterbacks, I got Lamar Jackson and I've got Matt Ryan. So decent, obviously missing on Trevor Lawrence. Obviously screwed up this strategy a bit because I took so many Jacksonville players. Jeez, I'm really bummed out about that. So my wide receivers, I got Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, Laviska Shenault, Brandon Cooks, Cole Beasley, and Sterling Shepard. That's pretty decent. For my running backs, I got Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, James Robinson, Travis Etienne, James Conner, and Darrell Henderson. I kind of like that. That's really good. And, of course, tight end. Travis Kelce's the starter. Then I got Hunter Henry and Jared Cook. Not bad. So let's just see. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so I just got the results here. It's rating me 7th, just like I did last week. So obviously I'm missing on something here, and I think obviously the big miss for. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. That's the one I did last week. Here's the one I did. Okay. So obviously, I think missing on Trevor Lawrence is a huge part of this. But, again, I think these guys rate out very well, and I think this team is pretty darn good. It's just missing that stack. It's missing Trevor Lawrence right there. If I had Trevor Lawrence, I think that would boost us up because I took so many Jacksonville players. I got Shenault, I got Robinson, I got Etienne. That would have made a big difference. But anyway, I'm generally pretty happy with this team. This is a pretty good team. But like I said, they just have me rated 7th overall. So anyway, there you go. So what do you guys think? What do you think about this team as far as best ball goes? Obviously, I made a couple mistakes, and the biggest one was missing on missing on the quarterback. But I think overall, pretty good draft overall, and I'm still learning this. I'm still learning Best Buy, and I haven't yet gotten the modification done in my app to account for Best Ball as far as that's concerned. So we're going to keep on doing this. We're going to keep on trying. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And have yourself a great fantasy day. See you later, everybody.